Don't you hate it when your eyelashes get in your eye? I'll say it right now, it is an unpleasant experience, especially when your eyelashes are supposed to be the barrier that prevents things from falling into your eye. Now imagine that eyelash was a goose flying at 40 miles per hour, and your eye was the engine of a plane, and that plane was transporting disabled puppies for the annual Adopted Disabled Puppy Festival. That, I argue, would be a slightly more unpleasant situation. Throughout the history of aviation, collisions with other objects has always been a huge problem for pilots, whether it be bullets for the fighter pilots, other planes for the incompetent pilot, or these hands for the pilot that is the next person to insult me for kissing the boys goodnight. Oh, and birds as well. Well, according to the scientists, they decide to put all their attention on all but the third issue, whether by adding armor to planes, training pilots, or studying bird impacts by simulating them. You might ask, how do you simulate the intricate process of birds splashing into planes? The answer to that is the chicken gun. Using compressed air, this sucker would shoot chickens to simulate bash or bird aircraft strike hazard scenarios. The gun would be tested on the windshields and engines as they were the most vulnerable parts. As you can see, the gun provides quite a bit of force in order to simulate bird impacts, of which 13,000 occur over the US each year. Luckily, most don't cause much damage, with 65% causing minimum damage to the plane, but that still leaves about 4,550 potentially deadly impacts each year. That being said, the Americans didn't get on to testing with chickens until the war with the best soundtrack, Vietnam. Since planes were flying lower, there was a higher chance of whoosh. And so in 1972, the development of chicken guns began in the US. The name doesn't seem weapony enough. Much better. Just like the war, however, the fun was soon ruined by a bunch of hippies who wanted animal rights and thought that shooting dead chicken carcasses full speed at planes was unethical. Eventually, the government caved in and switched to clay and plastic birds, and just like that, all the fun was gone.